There you go. All right, so hopefully y'all can hear me now, um, because my mic wasn't on. Sorry about that. So we are currently making um, candy pecans. We're toasting our pecans right now on a medium heat, just to kind of give them a little extra crunch. I don't mind if they're not that crunchy, but we're almost 2 minutes in, so that'll have them, pretty toasted. I don't need them super toasted myself, but you do want to keep them moving around so they don't get burnt, because burnt tree nuts are not fun. So that's about 2 minutes. We're going to put these aside to cool. And then I'm watching my sugar. So I am going to use, you can use regular light brown sugar. I am using a stevia type brand of it. So it's lower in carbs, less actual sugar, to be honest, but it'll still make it and you're supposed to pack it in there. So there you go. All right. So got that going in there. A quarter cup of that, and it's melting already, which is awesome. And then we're going to start with a tablespoon of water. You may need a little more than that, but we're going to put a tablespoon of water in there. We're just going to get that going, get it saucy, if you will. And if you're using a non-stick pan, always use rubber coated, either a spatula or a whisk or something like that. You don't want to ever use metal. And really wood's not great for non-stick, but I got a little spot there. The sugar does not want to let go. But, okay. So we keep stirring because the sugar can get all clumped up and we don't want that to happen. So we may not need more water since of this. Now this recipe calls for a pinch of salt. I'm just going to put a tiny, tiny pinch. I'm not a big fan. But I am also going to add just a tad, a shake or so, of cinnamon. For this small of a batch, that should do. The other thing cinnamon does is it balances your blood sugar. Helps you keep it lower. So Ceylon cinnamon is best, or, I just happen to grab my Saigon cinnamon instead of my Ceylon cinnamon. But I don't have a lot of carbs in this anyway. So, and you do this again for a minute or two until it starts to thicken up a little bit. And we're almost at 2 minutes. I think I'm actually going to turn this down a little bit because it's starting to get a little darker than I like it. Okay. So if anybody's out there, let me know where you're watching from. I always love to know where my friends are watching from. And I'm going to grab these nuts that we toasted. We're going to put those right back in the pan. Ooh, they're sparking. So, all right. And you can, at this point, either use your whisk or you can use a spoon. To get started, I'm going to use the whisk. I think I'll be able to move them around a little better, a little more precision. And again, that's for another, 2 to 3 minutes. Just want everything to be nice and coated. Now, the one thing about using the stevia based, it doesn't get quite as crystallized, but you still get that lovely coating. It just isn't always as thick and stuck on. So, oh, hello, some people have come in. So, hey, Alicia, hey, Marsha, and Oh, you're in Virginia. Awesome. I'm in Ohio. So gluten-free from the 513 is literally because that's my zip code or area code for my phone. So anyway, back in the day when we all had an area code, not just wherever we got our phone. So um, we're just about done here. So these are still very juicy. I'm going to move this to the side, and I'm going to move this over here so it's a little easier to work with. So just in case you came in late, we are making candied pecans because it is National Pecan Day. And Marsha, are you south enough that you have pecan out? One thing about sugar, folks, when it is hot, be careful. Be very, very careful. And so I am going to do my best to just get these out on here. And like I said, when you work with the stuff that has stevia in it, I'm doing sugar-free. It doesn't tend to caramelize quite as much. And I'm also trying to be really careful of my new hot plate because I am new to having this kind of apparatus in my kitchen. So, and fun fact, molten sugar, I've made one of my favorite recipes is a recipe for microwave peanut brittle. So good. But when my kids were little, I made it one time, and and the sugar started to drip, and without thinking, I caught it with my finger and scared my children because I screamed so loud. It was so brutal, and it hurt so bad. So I am very, very careful to make sure that I stay away from those kind of things now. Now I've put one little piece aside so I could pick it up with my fingers. Oh, that's such a good taste. So again, the ingredients that we used were the pecans. We used a 1/4 cup of, I use sugar-free brown sugar. You can use regular brown sugar. I have a lean on my table, so I'm kind of pushing the juice back. About a tablespoon of water, little pinch of salt, and then I did a shake of cinnamon because I like the little cinnamon flavor. And while I wait for these to cool, my afternoon snack is going to be some of those and a few cheese curds that are left over. If you look on the website, we just recently did a video about National Poutine Day. That was on Saturday. And if you want to go get that recipe, there's a sugar or a gluten-free gravy mix that we used. So good. Some of the best poutine that you can get gluten-free. So we're going to be doing this every day this week. We're going to be making a snack at 3 o'clock Eastern time. If you want to come join us, you can subscribe to make sure you get a notification for that. I'm trying to think what tomorrow is. I can remember what Friday is, but I can't remember what tomorrow is. But every day this week, we're going to be doing whatever day it is, we're going to be doing something related to that. And if we can't do something related to that, we will be doing something related to whatever month it is. So there's all kinds of food holidays in the United States, and we're going to celebrate as many as we can. So I'll see you guys tomorrow at 3 o'clock. We did it. We made it in 10 minutes. So thanks to everybody who joined, and I'll see you tomorrow at 3 o'clock.